Hey there, Triple F Squad. Welcome back to another episode of Two Fools in Fantasy Football. Today, we're going to give our top 5 rankings for each position: quarterback, running back, receiver, and tight end, and 2 guys to start if you're on the fence about who to start. Okay? I'm always as Marty McFly, and with me ever so presently is Tyler, the uncool fool Greer.
Hey, Marty, thank you so much for that intro, man. I am Tyler, the uncool Fool Greer. And today, like Marty said, we're going to talk about the top 5 from each position. And right now, I'm going to start off with the QBs for week 2 for your fantasy football squad. So coming in at number 5 is going to be the king of LA for the Chargers, Mr. When I shave my head, I look like a 12-year-old boy, Justin Herbert. He is our number 5 ranking quarterback this week. He has an advantageous matchup versus the Dallas Cowboys. For the last year plus, the Dallas defense hasn't really done a whole lot in the secondary. Look for Justin Herbert to take advantage of the matchups. Look for Keenan Allen and Mike Williams to have very nice days this week against the Dallas Cowboys. Number 4, we are picking the guy who was ranked. Where was he ranked last week, Marty? He was number what?
Ranked 35th.
35th
out of 32 teams.
And we're picking him this week to be the 4th best quarterback in fantasy for week 2.
Yes, because of who it is.
Okay. So that would make us 2 fools, which perfect is our name. So that works out perfect for us.
Right.
But we are picking Aaron Rodgers this week against the Detroit Lions on Monday Night Football. And there is the best Detroit Lion running back of all time, Barry Sanders. In case you don't know who that is, that dude was electric. So this week, going back on topic here, Aaron Rodgers should have a stellar week this week. They're going against one of the worst defenses in all of football. And again, we talked about this in our last episode. Detroit lost their top cornerback week 1 to an Achilles injury. What does that mean? Aaron Rodgers is going to absolutely tear it up. Also, too, coming in at number 3, Mr. Consistency, Mr. Everything. Some call him the best quarterback in the NFL. You will not get an argument from me whatsoever or my colleague over there. Patrick Mahomes, Mr. Texas Tech, Mr. Red Raider. Coming in at number 3 for us. He does have a little bit of a tougher matchup against the Baltimore D. The Baltimore D right now is a little bit of shambles in the backfield. They lost one of their top cornerbacks before the season even started to an ACL, Marcus Peters. Also, too, they had their other Jimmy Smith out last week. We don't know if he's going to play this week just yet. That is not in. But still, look for Patrick Mahomes to find his 2 main guys in Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill. So still look for him to have his Patrick Mahomes-like week at week number 3 for us. Number 2 is going to be the man who absolutely set the world on fire last week from the Arizona Cardinals, Kyler Murray. The dude is an absolute machine. He can do it all. He can run. He can throw. He is everything you'd want in a quarterback. He is playing against one of the worst defenses last week in the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings had the first pick overall last year in Joe Burrow. Now they're going to have the first overall pick 3 years ago in Kyler Murray. So good luck, Minnesota. And Kyler Murray is better than Joe Burrow. Just saying. And the number 1 quarterback this week that we feel is going to absolutely tear it up is going to be Mr. Yes, Marty.
No, I was just saying number 1.
Oh, number 1 this week is going to be Mr. And I use Mr. because he is older than me, Tom Brady. This week, Tom Brady has the best matchup against the Atlanta Falcons. Over the last 3 years, Atlanta can't guard me, and I am terrible. So Tom Brady's going to have Gronk. He's going to have, Antonio Brown. He's going to have Chris Godwin. He's going to have Mike Evans. He's going to have so many weapons at his disposal. Look for Tom Brady. In my just guesstimate, is going to have over 300 yards, probably 4 touchdown passes this week at least. Look for him to absolutely tear it up in against Atlanta this week. And then also, too, we're going to talk about 2 upgrades. So if you're on the fence for this week, if you can't figure out who your quarterback's going to be, 2 guys you want to start this week. Number 1 is Mac Jones. Great matchup against the Jets. And also Joe Burrow, who had a great matchup last week against the Minnesota Vikings. Also has another great matchup this week against the Chicago Bears, who can't guard anybody yet at all. So if you're looking for 2 guys to start, if you're on the fence, those are 2 guys that the 2 fools highly recommend. And now Marty is going to talk about the top 5 running backs plus 2 upgrades as well this week. Marty, take it away.
All right. Thank you. All right, coming in number 5, run CMC, Christian McCaffrey from the Panthers. Number 4, we're going to go with, there aren't too many cooks in his kitchen, Mr. Delvin Cook for the Minnesota Vikings. Number 3, the man beast, Derrick Henry. You're the only 10 I see. Dad jokes. All right. Number 2, we have the Chubster, Nick Chubb from the Cleveland Browns coming in number 2. Number 1, we're going to go with AK-41.
Whoa.
From the Saints. I think he's going to have a bounce back game from last week. So, not that he did terrible last week, but we just think he's going to have a better.
Oh, yeah.
And 2 guys who, if you're on the fence of, good old Mr. Montgomery from the Bears, put him in. He's got a favorable matchup this week. And Mr. Jones II from Tampa Bay.
Whoa, Tampa Bay running back? No.
Hey, I know, Tampa Bay running back. I'm a better running back. But anyway, yeah.
No, you're not.
8. Yeah, Mr. Ronald Jones II coming in hard. If you got somebody on the fence you're not too worried about, or if you're not too sure about, putting in Ronald Jones II.
Yep. Yeah. They came out earlier this week and said he was going to start over Leonard Fournette. So.
Oh, okay.
We'll see what that does. I mean, that could be one series or it could be the whole game, but we just feel like he's an upgrade this week for sure.
Right.
So.
All right. I'm going to run through the wide receivers real quick, and then we're going to end on the tight ends. Coming in number 5 from the Atlanta Falcons is old Calvin Ridley. Now, even though Tampa Bay's run a defensive line is hard to run on, so that's why we're not even talking about Mike Davis this week. So, but their secondary is kind of iffy. If you look at last week with Dak tearing up the secondary, back there. So, and you're going up against I know Matt Ryan isn't what he was 4 years ago when he was the MVP, or 5 years ago when he was the MVP. He's still Matty Ice, and he still knows how to sling the ball.
Yep.
The next one is Keenan Allen from the Chargers coming in number 4, going against the bad Dallas secondary.
Unfortunately,
looking for him to have a good game. Number 3, we have old Tyreek Joystick Hill coming in number 3 from the Chiefs, going against a subpar Ravens defense, secondary. We'll look for him to have a good game. Number 2, coming in at DK Metcalf from the great Northwest, the Emerald City, Seattle. And number 1, we have, we talked about his partner in crime in the QBs. We have Devontae Adams, number 1, going to tear up the Lions secondary.
Oh, absolutely.
And our 2 fence guys, 2 guys on the fence, we've got, like we talked about his running back in the last one and his quarterback in the first one, Antonio Brown. Look for him to have, I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say 10, 150, and 2.
Whoa, that's huge.
So look for him to have almost a 30-point game this week.
Wow. That's
depending on what kind of league.
That's more than 30 if you're in PPR.
Well, 10,
25.
15 points, 25, and then 2 touchdowns, that's 12. So yeah, that's 37. So I'll say a 30-plus game for Antonio Brown.
I'll take that.
And the second guy, we talked about him in our last one on Studs and Duds.
Yep.
From the Mafia, Mr. Cole Beasley.
Yep.
Not going to have a good game against Miami. They give up, I think, like the 5th or 4th most points to slot receivers. So look for Beasley to have a good game this week.
Yep. Miami is really good on the outside for their cornerbacks, really weak for their inside cornerback.
Right. So, all right, Tyler's going to end us up today with the tight ends.
Cool. Thank you, Marty. That was awesome, man. All right. So number 5 tight end, we're going to go with Rob Gronkowski this week. Tampa Bay. Again, Atlanta's got a porous defense no matter how you slice it. Basically, we're all in on the Bucs this week in case you can't tell. Number 4, this is going to be Aaron Rodgers, quote unquote, coming out party for this year. And Robert Tonyan, the tight end, we're looking for him to have a really nice game against the Detroit Lions on Monday night. Number 3, his counterpart, TJ Hawkinson, because literally they have nobody else to throw to. So Jared Goff is options are very limited, to say the least, for the Detroit Lions. So number 2, we're going to go to San Fran, which is this nice little poster right here. And George Kittle. George Kittle is the best option for San Francisco this week. So look for him to have a really nice and big game. And number 1, Mr. Consistency, no surprise. He'll probably be number 1 from week 1 to week 18, except for his bye week, Travis Kelce. Mr. Everything, the dude is unbelievable. Had 2 touchdowns last week. Look for him to keep his roll going. Look for him to keep busting through everybody. He's not going to stop at all this year, barring an injury and the bye week. 2 upgrades we have at tight ends this week. If you're on the fence, if you don't have one of the top 5 guys, is Cole Kmet. Tight end for the Chicago Bears. Last week, he was targeted the most for Chicago. This in our booms and busts this week, we had Allen Robinson, the second to have the most points, to be the biggest boom. Cole Kmet, look for him to have a very nice game too as well for Chicago, because Andy Dalton's job is on the line. And the last upgrade we're going to talk about is Austin Hooper for the Dog Pound. This week, Odell Beckham Jr. is out again. We all know they're a run-first team, but this is a very good week for Austin Hooper to bust up a little bit, go through the rankings, and get a nice touchdown this week for the Browns and get you some extra fantasy points. If you need a tight end to stream this week, he would be a great choice. So those are our top 5s and our 2 pluses for you two guys to upgrade if you are on that bubble or need somebody to lift you to get a win this week in your fantasy football league. So guys, I promoted us on Facebook like crazy yesterday. I was talking about how this video is coming out. Please check us out. Again, like, subscribe, share, and add. We are 2 fools in fantasy football. I hope you all enjoyed everything. Hope you got some great information. Hopefully we gave you a couple of good plays this week for you to, if you're on the bubble or if you need some help to get you that win and to get you some more points in this league. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Week by week, win by win. So that's all we're trying to do here for you. All right, I think, I was going to have Marty talk a little bit, but he just decided to, there he is. Hey, Marty. There he is. He's back. Hey.
All right. But yeah, guys, make sure to like, share, subscribe, tell your friends.
Yes.
Tell your kids, tell your wife. We need the ads. We need the shares. We need the subscribers. So
yep.
It's all about the points. So
absolutely.
Like, share, comment. If you
don't comment.
Like what we do, don't like what we do, we like to know. All right?
No, we really don't. We don't care.
Okay.
No, we do. No.
Thank you, everybody, and we will see you on the next one.
Yeah. Hey, comment if you have any lineup quandaries, anything we can answer for you before Sunday. So you got 36 hours of us to ask questions and for us to point you in the right direction so you can get that win this week, because there are some guys who you just don't know about, and that's what we're here for. We study this crap like nobody's business. So, but remember, our goal is to get 50 by the end of this month. We got some more subscribers, so thank you for the ones who are new here. Thank you for the ones who have been here for the entire time. We really appreciate you. We're getting better. We're getting all the information out. We're going to get more videos out for you. So we're definitely going to rock and roll this year and lead you to a fantasy championship. So, all right. Well, I am Tyler, the uncool fool, and I am out of here. And that is my partner in crime. That is, sorry, I think I pointed the wrong way,
Mr. Martin McFly, and we will see you on the next one, guys.
All right. Well, have a great week too. We'll see you week 3, guys. Take care. Bye.